Hey guys, this is Chris Calder with a demonstration on how I use Maschine as a plugin inside Reaper using MIDI mode and Maschine mode. So I'm doing a narration basically after the fact. So I'm just going to summarize what I'm seeing on the screen. I just recorded a drum loop with group A. Now I'm on group B, adding some extra percussion. Group C is coming up, and I waited, until the loop to pass to add those sample chops. And then right into group D, some additional sample chops. And then there's going to be some bass, which is a Maschine instrument on group E. In group F, I wait a little bit and then I add some, kind of a harp sound at the end. And this is group G, so I wait for that to pass. Now I'm playing some Rhodes thing, again, Maschine instrument. And then group H is going to be some strings, so I wait for it to pass again. And then in the second bank of groups, I basically reserve that for slicing any loops that I want. So here's like a piano slice. And it's basically that simple. It's pretty great because I'm not a huge fan of Maschine in standalone mode. It's fast in a lot of ways, but it's still limited. So I like to track stuff inside Reaper, which gives me a lot of arrangement options and effects, that Maschine doesn't have, this and that. So now this is a demonstration of recording directly from Maschine mode. So no need to use the MIDI mode of Maschine. So basically I start, group A, drum beat, and then some extra percussion, tambourine, sample chops on group C, D, additional sample chops. Group E is going to be the bass. Everything's going to match. And group F is going to be, that little harp sound. I think I wait for another pass there. There we go. So now I'm adding it. And the next one's going to be, the Fender Rhodes thing. So I wait for another pass. So here's the Rhodes thing. And then the next instrument in line is going to be the strings. Again, this is just a Maschine library instrument. And then another pass, and then I do that slice group in the second bank of groups. Some piano chops. All right, so basically the track is set to free item positioning. So that's why it looks like this with a bunch of rows. I don't like Reaper's take system, so I use everything as, separate lanes. So what you're seeing is me delete the empty blocks, the empty passes. If there's an empty pass at the very bottom, you won't hear anything. So you have to get rid of that first, which is what you saw me do first. And yeah, it's basically that simple. So basically you don't even need to be in MIDI control mode to just record directly into a DAW, such as Reaper. You can just stay right inside Maschine, which is pretty helpful when you're chopping up samples and slicing stuff. Yeah, it's really great. So I'm just throwing, the first video clip up again, just so I can talk more about everything. So yeah, MIDI mode is great. And I actually do prefer that a lot with Reaper because any of you that are subscribed to my channel or have seen my videos about, the Arturia Mini Lab Mark II Maschine, I did this whole gigantic MIDI map workflow thing for Reaper. Using various MIDI controllers, and Maschine Mark III started it all. So when it's in MIDI mode, I have access to transport, track, previous, next, jog. I can jog by measure all across the timeline. I can scroll through tracks if I don't want to just press, previous and next track one at a time. I can scroll through to fly through them. I can zoom in and out vertically, horizontally. There's so many other functions, but that's why, you know, I think Maschine and MIDI mode is really great with Reaper, because, you know, right there, everything works, and I have total access to record, play, you know, stop, you know, previous, next track, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I just think it's really awesome. And this took me about 8 hours to figure out yesterday, because I figured this out back in 2012, how to record MIDI directly into Reaper using Maschine Mark 1. And, you know, that video is basically outdated now, but with the newest version of the Maschine software, it's a lot different. And I'm still on version 2.12 here, because any versions above that only work for Windows 10, and I really strongly prefer Windows 7. So I'm, you know, just rocking Maschine, you know, 2.12, and, you know, the routing in Reaper and the routing in the Maschine plugin is so complicated and so confusing. Any of you guys that are familiar with how much of a pain in the ass this is to do, it's a headache. So again, I spent like 8 hours yesterday figuring everything out, and, you know, I got it to work. I got everything to work from Maschine in MIDI mode and Maschine in Maschine mode. And if you guys are curious about how I did this, please leave a comment below. Please like and subscribe. I'm trying to get my subscriber count to 2,500 and well beyond, so I'm trying to be a lot more proactive on YouTube. So yeah, if you guys like this video, definitely give it a like and subscribe. Like what I noticed, and a lot of other people point this out in their videos too, the ratio to people that watch my videos regularly to people that are subscribed is literally like 10%. You know, basically, so if you watch my videos a lot and if you find them helpful, please subscribe. It really helps the algorithm. I really appreciate you watching this video and hope you're doing well. Stay safe out there, and much love.